So it occurs to me, as many times as I've mentioned the Bible, I haven't actually really covered the main theme of it. And you know what? To be honest, it kind of scares me because I don't think I've actually done this before. And it's such a big, important message that, I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to disrespect it. But you know what? To be able to effectively communicate the main message of it is going to be to practice at it and get better at it. So this is what I'm calling attempt number 1 of the good news. And by the way, if you didn't know, the Bible is often, the first 4 books of the Bible are often referred to as the Gospels, which literally translates to good news. So let's try and do it in a nutshell. In a nutshell, the Gospel is that Jesus came to save your life and my life. And the reason that our life needs saving is because that we did the wrong thing, and we do the wrong thing all the time. But you know what? And we're talking in terms of afterlife here. Now this is going to be so disjointed, it's not funny. But like I said, attempt number 1. So we'll try and put it together, and I will try this again at some point. Not tomorrow, but I'm going to try it again. But bear with me while I do this. So the idea is that we did the wrong thing. So this disqualifies us from eternal life after death, which I've talked about before. The fact, that there is part of us, the spirit, that carries on after afterlife. You would have heard of the afterlife. You may have even considered what happens in the afterlife. Well, after the afterlife is the afterlife. And whether that's, something that's good for you or bad for you depends on whether basically you accept this or not. This is according to the belief of Christianity, what I believe to be true, and what I'm now communicating to you as the truth, which is that there is no way on our own, in our own strength, by doing our own things, in any action that we can do, that we can earn our way into heaven, into the right side of eternal life. Thankfully, though, however, and this is the good news, is that we don't have to. The gift to get into that is free. And the gift for that is, the sacrifice of Jesus, accepting the gift of salvation through the sacrifice of Jesus dying for us. And yeah, it's readily available to anybody and everybody. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a good person, whatever you believe that to be. It's just free and just readily available for anyone. All the things that you've done wrong don't matter. All the things that you do wrong, essentially they're covered by that too. But after that, then is the process of not trying to do those things. But that's a different matter. That's for afterwards. But that's it in a nutshell. And it was a pretty big nutshell now that I look back on it. But like I said, attempt number 1. And you know what? You may have never actually heard that before. Because it occurs to me that even though I've mentioned the idea of the Bible, and I've talked about the Bible to people and what's in it and different things that I'm learning from it, a lot of people haven't actually heard the basics. I heard a quote from there's a famous preacher, pastor, something. His name is R.T. Kendall. And basically, even if you are a Christian, this applies, is that you haven't really heard the story of the gospel until it was too good to be true. So take that away. If you didn't get anything out of that, if you're just that doesn't really mean anything to me, 1, I might have not done that good a job, but 2, you probably haven't heard it in its full extent yet. And it's going to take a little while to unpack. But look, as always, if you want to have a conversation about that, come and have a conversation with me about it. I'm going to try it again. Not tomorrow, but one day, maybe in another week or a couple of weeks or something like that. I will try it again and see if I can get it more concise and more in depth, I guess, and all this sort of stuff. But really, the takeaway is, if it wasn't too good to be true, you haven't really heard it yet. But anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Like I said, if you've got any questions or want to talk about that or anything, feel free to ask, because I'm happy to have that conversation. But otherwise, I hope to see you next time. And you can, let me get this right. You can follow or subscribe if you'd like to do that. Thanks. Bye. Oh, got to hit the finish button.